How's it going, everyone? So, today I'm going to go over why I think the Innovative Marine Nuvo 15 is the best beginner reef tank, um, especially for an all in one. If you're not wanting to go big, I think it's the perfect setup for anybody just getting into the hobby. So, the Nuvo 15 is a 15-gallon all in one reef tank. Obviously, lights not included or anything like that. So you know, in the kit for I think it's up to $120 now. You get the all-in-one glass aquarium. Super nice glass on it for the price. I don't think I've been able to find anything else with the glass quality in this price range. Being an all-in-one, it's got your return chamber, drops down the second chamber. I have a nano all-in-one protein skimmer in there right now. Then you have your return chamber where I keep my heater and obviously my return pump, and I have my ATO going in there. I do have the Innovative Marine screen lid, just keeping in my fish from jumping out. But overall, I think that for your money, this is the best beginner setup. You can always update, different equipment. I have to meet my needs for the corals I have in here. I've updated the return pump to Sissy 1.0, just get some more flow in there. I have added a little wave maker in there. That gives that extra flow that I need for what I'm using it for. But to get started and everything, it'll come with the filter sock, return pump, and the aquarium. And right off the bat, you can add sand, rock, water, and this tank will run and do everything you need it to do for soft corals or just fish, or whatever you're wanting to do to get into the hobby. And then as you start to see you need different things, you can always upgrade it. I do have an AI Prime light on here with a diffuser shade on it. Again, don't have to use an AI Prime. I got that on Facebook for, I want to say it was like $75 from somebody locally, so really didn't cost that much, and I was able to get a really nice light. But you can get cheaper options on Amazon. They'll do just fine with most corals. But overall, I don't think you can get anything else in this price range that will allow you to get into the hobby without breaking the bank. All in, with sand, rock, cheaper light, and the aquarium, you can be at $300 and be able to grow corals with no problem. I also think that the smaller dimensions, allow for easier care. And I know a lot of people will say that, nano reefs are harder because there's not as large of a volume of water. I find that to not be true because, starting out, you're going to run into problems. You're going to have high calcium, or, do a water change and you're, way off on your salinity. It's a whole lot easier to correct in 15 gallons with water changes, or adding RO, taking water out, adding RO water, than if you had a 50, 60, 70 gallon aquarium. And when you're starting out, you're going to make mistakes, and there's a lot to learn in this hobby, but I think, this is, a great place to start. But this little tank, I'm able to keep, some SPS. I do have that in there. I'm sorry, I got a lot of air bubbles right now with my pump. I just cleaned it, so it's still breaking back in. Zoas are growing really good in here. No issues with any of those. My hammer corals, those all started out with one head. So, they've grown out great. Got a Duncan back here. It's doing really good. Fighting some algae issues right now, but currently I have 3 fish in here. I have 2 clownfish and a damsel. There's a shrimp back here. I've got that for some aptasia. I got some crabs and snails and everything in here also. Yeah, overall, I think for a beginner aquarium, somebody just getting into the reefing hobby, you know, this is a perfect setup. It's all in one. Said all the things I've added to it, you don't have to add to it. It'll work just fine. I just don't see, as far as affordability, any better option out there. I know my first reef tank was a 20-gallon long, and I used to hang on the back filter. And when it was all said and done, you know, I spent about $500 on the setup, when I could have gone straight to this and, you know, set it up for $300 and done everything I did with that one. Another thing I do like about it is, I don't know if you can see it here, but on the bottom there is a foam pad that goes along the bottom of the glass, so whatever surface you sit it on, it auto levels out, so you can put this on a counter, a dresser. You know, I have it on a stand right now that I have laying around, but you can put it pretty much anywhere you want. But overall, like I said, in my opinion, this is the best beginner reef tank. So if you have any questions or anything, let me know, and please subscribe and like, and see you all in the next one.